Good day, my people, and welcome to Sit, Sip, and Chat. Now, let's continue the journey. Hello, my people, and welcome back to another Sit, Sip, and Chat. As you know, my name is Glenda York of GCY Initiative, and today, my guest I have here is somebody that I've known since the day he was born. That's how far back we go. Okay, so let me do into this. Raymond Panthophlet Jr. Raymond Panthophlet Jr.
That's right.
Is a former student of St. Martin Academy. Don't know, gotta rep it. After finishing his high school career, he ventured to the Netherlands, where he still lives today with his wife and his daughter. Raymond studied tourism management to a bachelor's level, I believe. And as anyone who studied in the Netherlands would know, you could study one thing, but you get a little bit of taste of everything, so to make sure that you are the best well-rounded worker while you're studying, which I always think is a really cool aspect of the education system in the Netherlands. Over the years, as with everything, especially with COVID, he stepped out of the tourism aspect a little bit. He had to find another niche because everything was shut down. Everything wasn't people-friendly anymore. But he reinvented himself. He took a personal passion and he put it to use. And now today he's a personal trainer and a nutrition specialist, trying to get you to be your best physical self. And we're going to go into that and have a whole conversation about that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let me do it. But first, before we get into the conversation with Raymond, we're going to talk about where we are today. Today we are at Chica's Bistro in town. It's located right in the same vicinity as the Cultural Center. You can come from Back Street. You can see Back Street behind of me as you're passing. You see the Cultural Center, you're seeing Chica's Bistro. And we thank them so much for allowing us to use their space today. And today we're sipping on, you beat me, man. We're sipping on a Chica's Delight. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I ain't gonna lie, it's nice. Just prepare yourself, but it's nice and it's smooth. And with that, we're going to get into the conversation.
Right.
So, Raymond, you ready?
Now or never.
You're second guessing now?
Now or never.
Now or never, you're right. So, for those people that don't know, because I think he's a pretty popular guy. For those that don't know, who is Raymond?
In the introduction, Raymond Panthophlet, St. Martin, born and raised. I am
Cheryl Shine.
Son of Raymond Panthophlet Sr., Cheryl York. Living in the Netherlands now, 13 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, a hot minute. Still managed to call St. Martin home after all of those years living abroad, but I'm pretty integrated in the Netherlands at the moment. As you mentioned, studied tourism, worked in the hospitality industry, eventually was a manager in a hotel for about 1.5, a little less than 2 years. During the pandemic, I had to pivot. I was already studying to become a nutrition coach. I already wanted to go beyond just training, the physical part of training, but I saw that the nutrition aspect was where you really make change.
Yeah.
It also had to do with building good habits around your fitness.
So it's more like one thing just kind of snowballed into other things, and then you just kept progressing from there.
Yeah.
So first, before we go into all of that, what made you decide that Holland is where you wanted to go to expand yourself?
You want the truth?
I want the truth.
My best friend and my cousin was living there already. All right, shout out Jordan and Sean. And then my girlfriend, now wife, was moving, and I thought,
All
why
the
not?
people there, you might as well.
Why not? That's the truth behind how I ended up in the Netherlands. I just decided to go for it. And
that was it.
Just went.
So then when you went up there, then how was that transition? Because I think everyone has a different experience when they leave home. You have an expectation of what a journey going to be like. And then when you reach up there, it can be exactly what you think. I think if you're a very meticulous person, but even then it can just be like complete 180 of what you were expecting.
Well, the second part, the 180, I went up with not that much expectations other than, okay, going to school, moving away, going to school. And when I reached there, I realized what a systematic culture is. That was a very big culture shock.
Yeah, because we're
Having
not.
to think about time.
Yeah.
Time is not a thing in St. Martin, in the Caribbean, in St. Martin. And so having to deal with that, having to deal with the language barrier.
Oh, so you weren't that strong in Dutch when you went up?
Initially, I had a basic level of Dutch from school, but when you're hearing it in the country itself, the accent and the speed, everything was totally different. So it was a challenge.
Yeah.
It was a challenge to get into the system, but nonetheless, just pushing, just trying here and there, eventually make it this far.
Okay. And then tourism. Why that?
So my first job after high school was in the hospitality sector.
Okay, what was your first job?
That was working at Westin.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I worked at Westin, and there I just enjoyed the hospitality of it. So the hotel industry wasn't something that I was looking at, but the hospitality aspect of dealing with people, making them happy. Just making, I think that was a big part of it. Making people happy at the end of the day. People show up, they're happy to see you. Hey, Raymond, like calling you by name. We make small, temporary friendships. Some people probably years after. But that was it. And also learning also that St. Martin is a tourism product. And my intentions was always to move back home. So it was an easy
choice. And then what was your favorite part? What would you say was your favorite part of the whole college experience, the university experience? Be honest, but keep it family friendly, but be honest.
Favorite part of the college experience, I would say, was it's a mix. It's a mix of the learning. I had to learn a lot and expand my network. So I was in class with a lot of people from Eastern Europe.
Okay.
But throughout Europe, also Dutch colleagues, classmates then. And also the partying aspect. I was in Amsterdam. So I didn't live in Amsterdam until maybe my 8th year.
Yeah.
But Amsterdam was my station. That's where I was every day almost. So that partying aspect, the free feeling.
Yeah.
Of
being an adult and doing your own
being
thing.
an adult growing up. So I always say I was raised here, but I become a man in the Netherlands.
That's not I think a lot of college students would agree with you. You were raised one place and then you expanded and became an adult in another place.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pause for our cause. We're going to take our first break. You have your sip. I hope you have your sip in hand. Remember, this is our sip break. Me and Raymond are going to come back. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? But sorry, no sir. They got this game tonight and I can't miss it. Me and my boy, we gotta watch the game, you know. So I bringing this in. You check? Alright, let me watch your leg go.
Sir, sorry. Why so difficult? Look, I'm watching TV here on my phone with the Tel TV Plus app. You really gotta upgrade.
Okay, so tell me about the Tel TV Plus. I hear about this.
Okay, so once you apply for Tel TV Plus,
Okay.
you can enjoy it anytime on the go.
Anytime.
Anytime.
On the go?
On the go, you simply download the app, log into your account at any time, sit back and enjoy. You will never have to miss your match.
Yo, bus driver, take me back to tell him now, please.
We're back. Did you have your sip? I hope it's something good and you enjoyed. We're going back into the chatting aspect. So, you mentioned you studied tourism management.
Yeah.
You know why you chose tourism, the hospitality, that good feeling. I have a similar story in that hospitality. I like that you have an impact on person's vacation, so to say. Like if somebody come and visit somewhere, you have an impact to create a positive experience in that whole thing, which I think is very similar. Can't figure out if that's because we're family or that's because we've gone around the same thing. But either way, it's interesting to find your reasons for that. So then with your school process, what school did you study at?
I went to in Holland.
In Holland School?
Yeah, University of Applied Sciences. That's located in Diemen, Diemen Zuid, but you would consider it Amsterdam because
it's close to Amsterdam.
Rocky in Amsterdam.
So then with that, with choosing a school now, like how did that process go? Was it just that was recommended? Because I know persons come down sometimes and just try to get people to go to the schools, or it was more the same thing, your family or someone you knew was going to that school?
So basically, before I was even finished high school, I was written up for a couple of colleges.
Okay.
Yeah, so neither scraped me in for a couple of colleges.
So making sure it was set up nice.
Yeah, and that one was located in Amsterdam, and that's where T-Shell was going.
Okay.
So it had a couple of appealing aspects. Initially, I thought I would go to Den Haag, but as the time got closer, I realized, okay, Amsterdam probably would be it for me. And once arriving there and just being in that international sphere, it just was like, okay, this is my city. This is.
And the school was a good fit for you?
The school was challenging. All in all, because I didn't have much, I would say, much intro into what to expect in the Netherlands. It's all something that I would approach differently the next time. Or I would explain somebody, hey, this is how to go about it, so that they could have a more enjoyable experience.
But then they had the programs that would do the whole, like to prepare you for this is what is going to happen.
But again, I took a different road than everybody else. I was already working 2 years before going to college.
Oh, so you didn't come up with the group where they had that?
Something I make an evaluation of my trajectory in the moment, and I thought, okay, it might be best for me to go away.
Oh, okay.
It might be best to go away, get a different view.
Yeah.
Also, I had a conversation with Uncle Ours, and he also made a statement that stick to me to this day. He said, those are your friends, but eventually you're not gonna have anything to talk about because they're busy growing, and if you stay here, you might stay friends, but you're not gonna have anything to talk about.
Because they're done on a level and you're on that level with them.
So that was also a motivator of, get into something different. And I've always been somebody ready to try things.
Yeah.
Try things. Now I try to be, that's a problem word as well. Now I make it a habit to stay more consistent.
Okay.
So although something might not be going how I feel it should be going, try stick it out or insist on sticking it out long enough to have a good evaluation of what you get out of it.
Okay, and then with the schooling experience in Holland, because I know with the US, because I did my programs, but I didn't necessarily have the opportunities for the stage or internship. My internship came after the studies for a certain amount of time, and then it wasn't like throughout the process. But from my understanding, I think Holland does it a little bit different.
Yeah. So in the Netherlands, you have different levels of school, just like in the States, community college, university. In the community college level, I would say, or the MBO level, there you have continuous. That's more technical. So you have continuous
Hands-on?
internships.
Okay.
Your study is a lot of internships. On my level, the HBO, so that we call just college or University of Applied Sciences, we call it there. There in your experience, you get 1 6 month internship. I chose to do mine at the St. Martin Tourism Bureau. Very good experience. Got to learn a lot of how St. Martin's tourism product is.
So you got the destination management aspect, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was also a topic, actually, or a subject, a study subject, destination management.
Same. Yeah.
Multicultural destination management and stuff like that. But throughout the study, so in that 6 month period, you get to do a package. I did sports tourism, how to develop sports tourism again in St. Martin.
Okay.
That was interesting to see with the different federations that exist on the island and what used to be and what can be. They didn't do much with that, but
you have the experience, and
yeah, I got to see how it works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Other than that, every semester you would do a project where you start a virtual business of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah. So at one point, even we ended up in Morocco for about 3 weeks.
Oh, because
3 weeks.
So they send you to Morocco self?
Yeah, we went as a class, about 4 groups, and we started a project over there where we could have actually tried to sell it eventually. We did a app, a virtual tour, so people would have been able to use the app, get around, and see. Ours was based on Matisse, an artist.
Okay.
And it was basically the eyes, through seeing the city through his eyes.
Okay.
Based on his paintings and where he was known to visit and frequent and stuff like that.
So it's just a whole. That's the thing I liked about, from what I've heard about the I don't know if it's European or just Holland experience, in that you have a lot of hands-on experience in addition to the book learning. Yeah. So it's not one and then the other. It's everything mixed up together, which I think is really cool in that it creates a more well-rounded
we did our version
person going out.
Tank Shark. They call it Dragons then. And then the same product, you had to kind of sell it and see who was willing to pay. So ours was actually, people were willing to pay. That was the feedback. We also did a tour in the Netherlands itself, a cultural tour throughout Amsterdam Southeast.
Okay, so the next time I come back, Holland, you're going to take me on this cultural tour?
Hey.
No. I ain't asking, no. I'm telling you.
I've spoken.
You're going to take me on this cultural tour, and we're going to see. Because I am a cultural tourism person. I like to learn where I'm from, and I find it's interesting to know where you are.
Yeah.
And if I have a guide, I mean...
No, definitely.
I got a free guide, and you can go and enjoy it.
Definitely. I got you.
So we're going to take another break. You got another chance to use the bathroom, take a sip, relax a bit. We can come right back. All right?
Yo! Be the first.
Hello, my people, and we are back. We're still here with Raymond, still having conversations. We're still chatting, we're still sipping, and having a good time with it. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're
going smooth?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, good. So now we're going to talk about the fitness. Now, he's a fitness and nutrition specialist. I have him drinking this. This is not of his own free will. I promise you.
Pressure.
He's about that fitness life. For instance, this morning, he woke up 6:30, and he had a group of us there. I didn't reach at 6:30. I got there a little bit later.
A little bit later.
But he came on vacation, and he still found his way on the boardwalk for the free gym, and is there working out. So he's about this life. He's doing it. A few times when he came down before, I think me and you were training.
Yeah.
On the other side, down water plant side, early morning.
Yeah.
I just do the work, but I promise I'm not the most
Not yet.
nicest person
Not yet.
when we working out. But every time he comes down, it's a vacation, but we still putting in the work. We still watching what we eating. We still doing all of this thing. What about fitness that catch your attention? What made you decide like this is something that I need to pay attention to?
Okay, so the fitness came about in stages. Um, from a young age, my dad always had a gym in his backyard.
Okay.
So I was introduced to weightlifting at a very young age, but I never had consistency. Again, like we mentioned before, trying things. I did maybe 10 sports in my life.
Okay.
Nothing stick until really fitness came into play.
Okay.
So I've been introduced to it at a young age. I always was impressed by how strong my dad was. And eventually, when I moved to the Netherlands, I signed up to the gym. I was more of a sponsor than a than a member. And eventually, I think I started to train at home. So I took a home training
Cool.
Insanity.
Okay.
Insanity, some people might know it. It's just a home training. And I did that. And eventually, then I had enough discipline. After doing it home, no one seeing what I was doing, no one, social media was different as well. So some people had a little idea, but it wasn't able to put it out there.
Okay.
And through having that discipline in the moment where nobody could see, you could just lie to yourself and say, yeah, busy.
Yeah.
And just keep showing up. That was where my discipline came in. Eventually, also some health things happened with my stepdad, who I consider basically my dad. That his illness drove me also into being more health conscious.
Yeah.
Because I believe sometimes prevention is better than cure, like we
Yeah.
say. So I decided to get very much more in tune with my body, what's going on with me. I started to drink less. I took a year off of just
Okay.
a sober year. Shout out to Jurendi again. He was the only person who
Was there with
who
you?
confront me. One morning I was like, well, I needed a drink. This was dealing with depression slightly, etc. And it was a way from when grandmother passed away, of slightly going into that. I wouldn't say alcoholic, but in that direction. And
Okay.
when Ian was sick, I kind of started to go that way again. And he just said something very bold to me that I even took offense to it at the moment.
Yeah.
But a day I was in the club and I just put on the drink. And for a year, just no temptation, nothing, just was
Yeah.
like, I need a moment to go through, process this sober.
Yeah.
And very, very thankful for that confrontation. Whether or not he know it, maybe he didn't see it in this. But that confrontation was very handy for where it is now.
Yeah.
And
You just
eventually I never drank as much as I used to. I started to take care of my body a lot more. Fitness started to be an outlet, a positive outlet. At one point, some people watching this interview might know I used to get in quite a bit of trouble here and there, but that was also not being able to process, having frustrations that fitness allowed me to work through. You know, being a much more relaxed person, a much more balanced individual. And that's also why eventually, I wouldn't say that I'm a trainer. People see the training, the heavy work, etc. But fitness for me, what I want to give back to people is not that. I want to give people the habit building. That's why I also started with the coaching, because fitness was something I was familiar with at that point.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, how do we get into healthy living, healthy eating, building good habits, and this was included in that course.
So all of this was more or less a course. So the fitness you picked up on your own.
Yeah.
You just got the discipline and you went through it, and then the nutrition aspect, you
Yeah.
took up a course
The
that
nutrition.
embodied the fitness with the nutrition, or the nutrition on its own.
The nutrition, it linked.
Okay.
That specific course was linked to fitness. So I am a sports nutrition coach.
Okay.
apart from being a certified personal trainer, I am a sports nutrition coach. And I thought that the nutrition was good because I started with the fitness. And often you can make a lot of change, again, with knowledge, which I want to give back to people. With knowledge, you realize attacking your, let's say, weight loss issues, or even if you're diabetic, etc., if you attack it from the fitness point, is a much harder battle than if you approach your nutrition, what you put in your body. It gives you much more control, and then the fitness aspect is much easier to take on because fitness is, if you do 15 minutes every day, I can call a number.
Yeah.
Fitness every day, 15 minutes, whether home or in the gym, and you have the right nutrition, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be fit.
Yeah.
Depending on how you approach it. So the nutrition is
Just as
the
important.
most important.
Most important.
Way more, I would say 90% you go to nutrition, what you put in your body, and after that is movement.
After that is
Movement. And not working out, just movement.
Just moving.
Good movement.
That's why even when you're walking with the Fitbits and all, just the walking also can help if you're eating right and adjusting your nutrition.
Exactly.
Okay. This definitely ain't helping you though.
No, for the record, I do drink alcohol
From time to time.
but it's not part of the lifestyle.
Yes.
And
Because all of that goes with the mindset and lifestyle
Yeah.
and the mindset. And once you make those adjustments,
Exactly.
then the rest kind of flows.
So now I'm that far along that I could have a drink, or I can have drinks while on vacation, and when I go back to my regular life,
You go back to your routine. It hasn't become part of the life again.
No.
It's now part of the routine.
yeah, exactly.
There you go. Look at that. My little cousin not so little no more. He's forever been my little big cousin.
Yeah.
For most of our lives, he's been bigger than me. And now he's doing big man things.
In one way or the other.
Yeah, right? But now he's doing big man things. He's a grown up.
Yeah.
He's a grown up. But folks, that was it for Sit, Sip and Chat. Oh, before we go, quickly tell the people where they can find you on social media if anyone wants to follow your journey with you.
All right. You can find me on Instagram, Raymond Panthophlet. My handle is a little harder to remember, so just Raymond Panthophlet, or Living to Grow.
Living to Grow.
All right, Living to Grow. You're gonna find us the rest of 2024.
Okay.
We're bringing some stuff out. Stay tuned.
So we'll put that up on the bottom of the screen for you guys. You guys know that if you've been watching, we put it up for you. Find him on Instagram so you can follow this journey. And if you notice him posting, get on him, slide in them DMs because he's supposed to be posting because we're doing this.
I got you.
In 2024, that's what 2024 is about. We living to grow, we're growing, we're expanding ourselves, and we're doing better things. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us for Sit, Sip, and Chat. Raymond, thank you for sitting and chatting with me.
Appreciate it.
We did a sip or two. Salud. Again, thank you for Chica's for hosting us. Have the Chica's delight. Prepare yourself, but do try it. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.